Hello and welcome to Fresh Face One Shots. My name is Joey.
And I'm Jacob.
And today, after 5 long videos, recording, catching up on things, we're caught up now. Well, we're going to be caught up at the end of this video. We're back with the Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone. This is issue number 12. Jacob's been on vacation. We're here. This is our 5th one in a row. We got a lot going on. Anyway.
And this is the one where, much like our last X-Men coverage, which you saw yesterday / a couple of days ago, I don't know when these things are coming out.
We're recording so many right now.
Gail Simone, stop being so good, Gail.
Gail Simone good. Hot take, I know. Gail Simone good.
Also, I feel bad for Gambit fans who have to watch people become really excited for his next appearance in film.
Oh dear. Yeah. Here's the thing.
Don't you dare.
No. Here's the thing. He was fun in Deadpool and Wolverine because he's like a joke character in that. But does anyone want to actually see that? Like, anyway, sorry.
People do, but
get the negativity out of the way. Let's talk about a great issue of Uncanny X-Men. This is issue number 12. We have Gavin
Simone
and Guidry on, which is great.
Gail Simone balances the two halves of the team so perfectly. One half and then 1/3 because Wolverine, Nightcrawler, and Jubilee aren't really here, but that's fine. I don't think they really have they don't have much for this story. Yeah. We need to talk about the Outliers and Rogue and Gambit and their relationship all of this.
So obviously we're following up X-Man Hunt, specifically the Uncanny X-Men issue of X-Man Hunt, which had a plotline that didn't really have anything to do with X-Man Hunt, but was great all the same, of Rogue sort of testing our Outliers. So we're following up on that. Rogue is perturbed still by her actions there. She's regretting the way she treated Jitter.
And let's be honest, just a little bit, because I think this takes place after the end of X-Man Hunt.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
There's a little bit of, oh no, Xavier's completely gone. I have to be the one there. And it turns out that Jitter decided, I'm going to go out and train in the Danger Room.
Mm-hmm. And Rogue is like, oh, no, they can't train out there alone. She can't train out there alone. And Gambit's like, no, she's not out there alone. And it's the other Outliers out there with her, working with her, helping her train. They're all working together. And I love these characters, man. I love these characters. Fucking great. So good.
Can we talk about how Death Dream is I hate the outside, it all sucks.
Relatable experience. But
also asks Ransom if he'll teach him how to box. It's so good.
So good. Rogue goes out to what seems like berate the Outliers for training out there alone. And she does still get stern with Jitter at first, because Jitter's hands are bleeding and they're bruised because she's been training out here. And Rogue just picks her up and hugs her and just actually apologizes for treating her the way she did. And it's a really sweet moment between these characters. Once again, hot take, I know, Simone, great writer.
I love the little twist that Gambit's already apologized.
Oh yeah, and so Rogue will be around soon to do the same. It's great. And then we kind of perfectly cap this page with Death Dream coming out in some Ransom in Ransom's costume, ready to train, ready to box with Ransom, which is great. We then see Gambit getting a note from let's call it an old friend of his. We start getting flashbacks to Gambit backstories, some Gambit backstory stuff with a character known as the Vig. We see Gambit being bullied as a child,
mainly because of his eyes.
And we meet this character named the Vig who begins looking out for him. I believe, this is an original creation for this run, which I really like. We're just adding something new to the Gambit's backstory that I think really fits, really works. He's treated like this mob boss type character, and
is basically Killer Croc. Like,
yeah, looks very Killer Croc like. And wouldn't Killer Croc be cooler if he had sunglasses and a cool hat? Come on.
Let's call up whoever's taking over. Matt Fraction's taking over Batman.
Let's call Matt Fraction, man. We can talk to Matt Fraction, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, the Vig begins like teaching Gambit like how to like survive as a mutant, and we get this idea of like Gambit like getting revenge on these like bullies that were attacking him for being a mutant, and then the parents or at least one of the parents of those bullies coming after Gambit and the Vig, and the Vig like getting even more brutal with these guys than Gambit did. Just this idea that someone is playing around with, of like Gambit's story here being this sort of cycle of violence that Gambit has to sort of work to break off, that I really, really enjoy. We see the Vig sort of protecting Gambit by sort of sending him away, hooking him up with Mr. St. Junior's, and sort of the Vig sort of saying to like Gambit, like, hey, like any money you make gets sent back off to me. He's still sort of like threatening him all these years later, and Gambit in the present, meanwhile, sort of deciding it is time to sort of cut off that cycle of violence, sort of cut off that part of his past.
Because the Vig wants one of the outliers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be curious in seeing just how far-reaching the Vig's like gang is, almost that he's aware of these outliers, and that like I'd like to see like how far this spreads. I think that'd be really, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that this isn't over, that this is going to be something that's going to crop up again.
Yeah. But Gambit confronts the Vig. We get a fight between the two of them. We get Gambit talking about like how he informed those same people that the Vig protected Gambit from in the past, about what he did, and so he has them sort of like on the Vig's tail now. So he advises him to run, and it's a great sort of like revenge plot that Gambit's on here, but sort of like once again cutting off that part of his past, that idea of him just like finding a more, obviously not peaceful solution, but just making a better life for himself. It's nice. It's great to actually have a Gambit focused issue, which I don't think we've really had before in this run. So that's great to see. But Gambit comes back to Louisiana with Crawfish, which, Jacob, can we share a personal story of yours, please?
Yeah, I happened to be eating crawfish last night,
which is happening because you were on vacation, which is the reason all these one-shots have been late.
Yeah, so it all comes back around.
Totally related. You hadn't read the issue yet at that time. Which
I had not.
Yeah. But yeah, Gambit shows the outliers and the other X-Men how to like eat crawfish, and it's a sweet little moment. Once again, someone just excels at these great little character moments. We then end the issue with talking to the mayor of New Orleans about the fact that X-Men are staying here, and
something needs to be done, and that's our tease.
And that's it. Nice little page to end it on. I know we have, as someone put it, I think on Blue Sky, a 4-part arc coming out soon. So whatever issues 13 through 16 will be, that will be its own contained story. So that's exciting. Excited to see something a bit more long form. I shouldn't say long form, because 4 issues isn't especially long, but something that like isn't going to be cut off by an event anytime soon. So that's nice to see. But yeah, we'll get into that next time. And with that, Jacob, we have finally caught up on all of our one-shots. And I guess because all of these came out in like the same week, we aren't going to worry about more one-shots for a while. So that's kind of nice. But what?
I was going to say, but if you are interested in other ones,
but if you set me up and I fucked it up. Anyway, check out other Fresh Face one shots we do. We cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, Wonder Woman by Tom King, Batman: The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, The End of the Long Halloween Saga, and obviously we covered the Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone. And also, if you have not seen our X-Men Hunt coverage, it was a great fucking event. Recently, we put out our video on the last issue of that, X-Men Hunt Omega. It was fantastic, and the whole event was. So yeah, check all that out. out. Check out the main podcast, Fresh Face Comics. We recently put out an episode on Captain America, the Winter Soldier, the start of a new Marvel block for us on the podcast. We had a guest on. I'm sure it was a great time. We haven't recorded it yet at the time of recording this, so I'm sure it was a great episode. Our link trees, our socials, and everything will be in the description below. You can follow us wherever you want to follow us. Subscribe to the channel, Blooded Studios, and support means the road to us. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan
and Jacob Licklider.
Goodbye.